Hello, good morning.
Good morning po.
Hello, yung other account ba is Michael?
Ay, wait lang po, ask ko po muna.
Thank you.
Good morning po.
Hello po, good morning. We can start na?
Okay, yes po, okey na po.
Sige. Sige, well, go through your results by part. So, ang order nito will depend on the order you stated in your objectives. So, iisa-isahin natin siya by objective and by result. So your first objective is to determine the demographic profile of the respondent. So yung result naman nito is very straightforward lang. Ay, sorry. Wait, I'll share my screen. Ayan, visible ba?
Visible po.
Filing of your respondents, which are the hospital pharmacists with a total of 20 respondents. So for your first demographic profile, which is the highest educational attainment, all your respondents are bachelor's degree holders, so that's 100%. In terms of the tenure of service, you have less than 1 year, 7 respondents, 1 to 5 years, 8 respondents, and more than 5 years na 5 respondents. For the type of mental health institution, may 9 coming from public institution and 11 from private. For the number of trainings, workshops, seminars related to dispensing medications, you have 11 na did not receive any training. 6 respondents now had 1 to 5 trainings, and 3 respondents that received more than 5 trainings or workshops. In terms of the trainings, workshops, and seminars related to pharmacy profession within 3 years. More than uh, 4 respondents did not receive any seminars or workshops, and you have 9 respondents that had 1 to 5, and 7 respondents that received more than 5 trainings or workshops. So, in this table sa baba, I've also included a short summary of the um, results. So you can add or you can rephrase or change naman this suggested discussion.
Okey na po bang ano, yan pong nasa baba, parang ayusin na lang po namin how to explain it pero yan na po yung mismong ano.
Yeah, you can just modify, you can just copy or modify this discussion, and make sure lang na consistent with how you discuss it with with the first chapters. Baka lang kasi may mga terms lang din ako na ginamit. You can change it para ano siya, para consistent siya with how you explain in the first few chapters.
Okey po.
Mm. And then
Yung
for the
yung pong percent, okey lang na hindi na po siya anuhin. Saan ba yun? Yung mga 35, 40, 25.
Yes. Or puwede niyo din naman siya i-specify, puwede niyo siya i-specify example, for in terms of tenure of service, 7 out of 20, tapos i-parentheses niyo na lang yung percentage.
Okey po.
Kung gusto niyo siya i-specify pa, or I suggest you highlight na lang yung ano talaga, yung important na matataas yung percentages. Pero though in your results halos medyo balance naman sila, so okay lang din. Ang hinighlight ko lang dito is the last part, kasi number of trainings and seminars received related to pharmacy profession. If you will add this percentage, it constitutes 80% of your respondent. So, ang nilagay ko dito sa discussion is that um, 80% had participated in at least one training session, and then yung 20% naman, yun na lang yung kumbaga nakabukod na statement. So, puwede din naman siya gano'n yung approach niyo on how you discuss the results. And then for objective number 2, we want to assess the extent to which hospital pharmacists adhere to the safety protocols. So this one, for objective number 2, I actually included two types of table. So the first table, this one, uh, what I did is for us to identify the scores, the mean scores of all your respondents for the 10 statements. Um, we established a scoring. So this is just an averaging type of scoring for us to identify the mean and qualitative description per demographic profile. So, 'di ba kasi other objectives natin, we wanted to compare the groups if they have significant differences. So, in-include ko tong table na to para easy nyo siya makita kung may pagkakaiba-iba ba yung mga different groups of respondents. So, in this first table, in terms of adherence to safety protocols, as you can see, matataas talaga yung scores nila. So, every group in your respondent fall into the strongly agree category in terms of qualitative description. It means that their average for all of the 10 statements in your survey almost leaning towards strongly agree. Kasi their mean scores are all above 80. Kung makikita nyo dito, matataas yung scores nila. That is why lahat sila ng groups fall into the strongly agree category in terms of the qualitative description. The second type of table, um,
Eh, ito pong first table considered as table 2?
yes,
Kasi objective number 2 po siya 'no?
yes,
Yung una po 1 lang ta's ito yung table 2.
yes, correct.
Yung proceeding table po yun po yung may point 1, point 2.
Tama. And then for table number two, inad ko din siya for us to see the descriptives per statement naman siya. So kung makikita nyo dito, kasi 'di ba gusto din natin ma-identify in which part of your research survey would
Miss,
would yes, ay
ano
sorry.
pong ano pong difference nung table 1 sa table 2? Eh, parang same demographic profile yung cover.
For table 1, dito kasi for table 1, as you can see, ito ay we took the mean scores for all of the 10 statements na this is the average scores of the 10 statements na by demographic profile. So, sa lahat ng 10 statements na yon, kinuha natin yung score niya. And then, tiningnan natin by group, by demographic profile group. So, for example, in terms of those that have less than 1 year of tenure of service, their average score for the 10 statements is 83.7. Meanwhile, the table number two, this one is we took the average per statement regardless of the demographic profile. Ito kasi per statement. Ito yung statements na nasa tool ninyo. So, kinuha natin yung average na sagot ng mga respondents regardless of the profile group. So, for example, for statement number one, verification of unclear or incomplete psychiatric prescriptions with the describing physician before dispensing. So, overall, lahat ng respondents nyo, their average score for this statement is 5. So most of them strongly agrees on this statement. So this is the average, and this part naman sa gilid is the distribution. Meaning kung paano na-distribute yung mga sagot ng mga respondents. Meaning for this one, isang respondent answered neutral, seven respondents answered agree, and 12 respondents answered strongly agree. So the average of this distribution is still 5, which in which we can conclude that all of the respondents overall they answered strongly agree in terms of this statement. Nakuha ba yung pagkakaiba ng table 1 and table 2?
Bale ito pong next nung table 2 is like the detailed part of the first table.
Yes, and also, wala dito sa table number two, you cannot see na the demographic profile. Wala, regardless of the profile na siya, overall na siya, all respondents
Hmm,
considered. And ang gusto lang natin ipakita dito is yung score nila per statement. Dito kasi sa taas, table number one, hindi siya naka-specify kung which statements eh. Kasi we already took the overall average score of all the 10 statements.
bale ito pong table na 'to is the first ano po, yung una pong pinagbangga na demographic, then yung first, yung sa objective 2 na about, adherence to safety.
Yes.
Ito pong
Actually, both naman
itong
sila.
mm, the first
Oo.
table po is yung summary po, then the next table is the one that includes the distribution.
Yes, correct. Oo. So this two tables, you can already include this. Dalawa na sila, dalawang table for objective number two. Para ma-explain nyo din kasi I've included this table number two for us to see kung saang statement sumagot ng negatively yung respondent. So in this case, sa adherence to safety, pwede niyong ma-highlight ito. May isang nagsagot ng disagree in terms of ensuring that the proper dosage form provided for patients with swallowing difficulties. Though very small percentage of your respondents lang, that is only one respondent, you can say that um, meron pa ring naniwala or nag-disagree dito sa statement na 'to, na negative. Negative kumbaga yung sagot niya. So you can consider this as, in your recommendations to improve, to train that particular, group of respondents. You can draw conclusions from this table.
So,
Ayan. So
basically po, ito pong 'yan pong buong table na 'yan is, i-include mismo sa ano,
sa
sa,
results,
kahit po dun sa gagawing presentation namin.
it depends. You can include it kung gusto niyo highlight of your results lang,
Kasi
puwede
po ito po yung nasa questionnaire po, 'di ba? Itong
mm,
10 question na 'to nung first, yung unang part.
yes, mm. Kung
Sige
gusto
po.
niyo siya i-summarize, you can just decide, for example, ito kasi, I recommend including this in the paper itself kasi you can still draw conclusions from this table. But if you wanted a summary lang which highlights your results, pwede din naman na si table number 1 lang. And then, just know lang na if may further questions pa from the panel or they wanted more information, you can refer them to, for example, you can say that we also computed for the distribution per statement. If you want to check, kindly refer to ganitong page of your paper and then expound kung ano yung mga na-highlight nyo na significant findings pertaining to the table.
I will include the ano na lang po, itong table para, ah, makita nila visually yung ano, yung result nung per questionnaire, yung per part po ng questionnaire namin.
Okay. Puwede din if you have, more time pa to discuss the results, puwede din naman. So this is the, result for the adherence to safety. Our next, objective is evaluate the perceived accuracy and effectiveness of dispensing practices naman. So for this one, the same approach, we also have 10 statements. So we also computed for
Ito po ay objective 3 naman,
3 na, opo.
3
Yes,
na po.
this one is, the next part of your survey which is the perceived efficacy and accuracy in dispensing practices. So the same approach, as we wanted to see the average of all respondents in terms of the 10 statements that you would want to measure in terms of perceived efficacy and accuracy. So this one, the same then, all of the groups are leaning towards strongly agree, which is a positive outcome for the responses. And then table number 2 for this part then, I've also
Ask ko lang po,
mm,
is it a good thing na positive yung ano, outcome nung nasa ano,
ng table.
opo?
Yes, kasi 'di ba your study wanted to evaluate kung um, to what extent yung mga pharmacists as they perceive efficacy and accuracy and even sa adherence to safety protocols.
Ay po.
Positive siya because their scores are high. So meaning they perceive themselves as they adhere to safety protocols and also they perceive themselves as accurate sila or
Mm,
oo, 'di ba positive siya kasi meaning they are practicing what the pharmacist really should be practicing.
okey po.
Mm. And then the same then for table number 2 for this objective, the same the same approach. We we took the average for each statement. So dito naman medyo mas mababa siya compared to adherence to safety kasi as you can see, this table, dalawa lang yung 5 strongly agree, whereas kanina medyo mas madami yung strongly agree in terms of adherence to safety. But overall, you can see naman that um, in terms of the statement, positive pa rin since agree and strongly agree naman yung mga average ng mga respondents for each of the statement. Also, um, in the right side, this is also the distribution. So, as you can see, walang negative dito, walang nag-strongly disagree and disagree. Everyone answered either neutral, agree, and strongly agree. You can highlight that also na walang may nag-negative statement dito in this part.
So, basically po, per objectives, bale parang kunyari table 2 yung pinaka-summary po nung ano, then table 2.1 is the one that includes the distribution. The same
Yes,
goes by sa, objective 3 and 4.
yes, correct.
Okey po.
And then we have objective number 4. We want to examine how hospital pharmacists uphold professional and ethical standards. So dito naman next part, this is also the average scores, the same computation. That is the average of all the 10 statements pertaining to the perceived professional and ethical standards by demographic profile. So in this table, as you can see, every demographic profile group also exceeded the 80 mean score, which falls into the category of strongly agree qualitative description. And then for the distribution in terms of perceived, ay, sorry, mali ang caption, mali ang table title. But this should be the distribution of pharmacists' perceived professional and ethical standards in dispensing practices of psychiatric medications. So this one, ganun din, leaning towards positive statements then, agree and strongly agree. And in this case, mas madami talaga din yung strongly agree, same as to the adherence of safety protocols. However, um, several statements have uh, disag disagree. Ay, dalawa lang pala. I participate in professional development opportunities to improve my competency. And then the other one
So
is I
okay.
assist in audits or review. So highlight these two statements that someone answered a disagree, and that may that
Okay.
be your recommendation.
So, 'pag ganyan pong naiiba, like nag-iisang naiiba, yan po yung magandang ano, i-highlight sa panel then include na lang na for yung mga for recommendation to improve at yung conclusion that we will drive to.
Yes, mm. Kasi 'di ba, initially meron kayong objective before na you wanted to identify a gap in your tool. So, for us to see kung ano kaya yung may gap dito in terms of our tool. So, so far kasi very small portion of your respondents lang naman ang sumagot. So meaning, uh, you can s- it's not highly significant. However, meron pa ring sumagot kahit isa lang siya. So yun lang, you highlight it lang. But i-state nyo lang na small portion lang talaga ng respondent nyo.
As far for my observation din po kasi yung results, yung mostly po yung naiiba lagi is yung may more on like, application sa psychiatric care. So, puwede po siyang mai-state na talagang may gap.
Mm. Yes, and better if you can also kung meron kayong mahanap na related studies and related literature similar to your research,
So so
pwede niyo
basically
siyang
po, we will like cross-reference
yes,
ano po.
correct. Cross-reference it with other related literature. Kasi, pagka nag-add kayo ng mga related literature or studies in your discussions, similar to the result of your study, yun yung magpapastrong ng discussion ng paper niyo. Aside from the results itself na kayo yung nag-conduct, if there are similar results from others, yun din yung magpapastrong ng ano niyo, ng discussion niyo in your paper. Sige, I'll proceed na with objective number 5. So, we're done with the by part of your survey tool or research instrument. So, that is objective number 2, 3, and 4. So, for objective number 5, kailangan lang natin ma-identify or determine if there are statistically significant differences in those three parts in terms of the demographic profile. So, actually, um, lahat naman ng result for this, test of significant difference, positive naman siya lahat. So, i-ano ko lang, i-explain ko lang, for the test of significant difference, we use Kruskal-Wallis test and Mann-Whitney test. Anong pinagkaiba ng dalawang test na 'to? For Kruskal-Wallis test, we use that to compare three or more groups. For Mann-Whitney test, we use the test to compare two groups. So though this is very technical naman but gusto ko lang din i-share sa inyo baka you wanted to do research on those tests that we use. So yun yung mga test na ginamit natin para malaman natin yung significant difference sa mga demographic profiles nyo in terms of those three parts we identified in your research instrument. So for the adherence to safety protocols, the first table in objective number 5, um, the first part of the table is the demographic profile and the groups, the mean score. This is the computed mean score of the test that we used. The higher the mean score, the higher the score of that particular group. So consistent din ito with the with your result kanina sa objective 2 to 4, sa objective number 2, kung sino yung highest na mean score sa, demographic profile nyo, siya din yung magiging highest dito. And then, that's the measure that we want to compare kung significant pa yung difference nila. So, in this case, our alpha value 0.05 or 5%, yun yung set alpha natin pagka sinasabi nating may significant difference. Yun yung ginagamit sa mga statistical research, statistical test para ma-compare natin or makapag-conclude tayo ng significance. So in this case, looking at your p-values, wala namang nag-less than 0.05. Therefore, we can conclude that there is no significant difference sa lahat ng demographic profile. So, meaning nito, although that there are differences in adherence scores observed sa lahat ng mga demographic profile groups ninyo, none of these differences were statistically significant. So, this implies that the adherence to safety protocols was generally consistent regardless of demographic factors. So, meaning nito, um, kahit anong profile group or demographic group sila na belong, pare-parehas sila ng perception to adherence to safety protocols, which is high or strongly agree in terms of qualitative description in your objective number 2. Nagets ba yung
So that's a
question?
positive ano po, result po yung no kung sa conclusion po.
Yes, kasi, in simpler terms kasi we want to check this objective kasi we wanted to check kung, those ba that have example for 10 year of service, those groups ba that have less than 1 year of experience, mas mababa ba or mas mataas yung adherence nila to safety protocols as compared to those na may 1 to 5 years na experience or more than 5 years of experience. So, this result shows us that wala silang significant difference. So, meaning kahit less than 1 year man yung pharmacist, same pa rin sila ng pag-adhere to safety protocols as compared to with at least 1 year of experience. So, hindi nagma-matter yung tenure of service niya 'pag, in terms of adherence to safety protocols. The same thing then when we check the type of mental health institution. So, kahit nasa public man siya or nasa private, they practice the same adherence to safety protocols. In terms naman of number of trainings, as you can see, no significant difference then. But we can note that the mean score, the mean score of respondents with more than 5 trainings, mas mataas. Siguro we can highlight lang na kahit wala namang statistical significant difference sa mga groups na ito, we can see pa rin na those that are trained received more training, they practice more adherence to safety protocols compared to those na wala or less yung trainings. The same din dito sa number of trainings related to pharmacy profession.
Okay po, gets po.
So nag-add din ako ng interpretation dito sa baba. So puwede niyo din siya i-modify or dagdagan ng other sufficient literature. The same thing then for the test for significant difference in terms of efficacy and accuracy. So as you can see, all of the p-values, wala naman tayong less than 0.05. Therefore, we conclude no significant difference. So meaning, regardless if they have less than 1 year or more than 5 years, they practice the same efficacy and accuracy of dispensing. Same din sa type of mental health institution and the number of trainings. But also highlight lang din na mataas yung more trainings, mas mataas talaga yung scores nila in terms of efficacy and accuracy of dispensing. And then for the third part, upholding professional and ethical standards in terms of demographic group, this the same then all we conclude no significant difference for all groups as they practice high they uphold high professional and ethical standards doon sa survey tool natin. So, I've included here the interpretation and the summary for mean scores. So, naglagay ako na across all three areas, respondents showed varying mean scores based on tenure, type of institution, and the number of trainings. However, none of these differences were statistically significant, meaning they indicate a general uniformity in performance and professional conduct. So, it doesn't matter kung uh, ga- how long is their tenure, but they practice high adherence to safety protocols, efficacy and accuracy of dispensing, and upholding high professional and ethical standards. But I have note here na groups with more than 5 trainings or seminars showed higher mean scores across all categories. So, nakita nyo din naman also in objective 2 to 4, you will notice that medyo mataas talaga yung score nung may more than 5 na trainings. So, yun din, you can also add it in your recommendation na positive yung result ng mga trained trained pharmacy personnel. So, maybe you can recommend in your paper na holding frequent trainings in terms of dispensing psychiatric medications or recommend that additional learning development intervention also helps for those three areas. So yun yung objective number 5 natin. For objective number 6, actually maganda din yung ito, yung objective number 6 natin. Maganda yung naging result niya. This one naman, our goal is to examine the relationship among hospital pharmacists, adherence to safety protocols, efficacy and accuracy of dispensing practices, and compliance with professional and ethical standards. Ito naman, we wanted to measure kung related ba sila? What is the relationship between these categories of your research instrument? So, first, we compare the adherence to safety protocols and efficacy and accuracy of dispensing medications. So, the Spearman's Law, this test is we use the Spearman's Law correlation, and I've included here a reference for the interpretation. So, makikita nyo dyan yung range of scores pagka kung ano yung score ng raw niya and the strength of relationship. So dito, sa first variables that we compare, the adherence to safety protocols and efficacy and accuracy of dispensing medications, the Spearman's Law is 0.459. So it means that it is moderate. Moderate positive correlation, meaning kapag tumataas yung adherence to safety protocols ng isang pharmacist, nagiging effective din siya in terms of efficacy and accuracy of dispensing the medications. Nagets ba yung relationship niya? Meaning daw, kapag daw si pharmacist mas sumusunod or adhere to safety protocols, they also are effective in dispensing accurate or efficient dispensing medications.
Okay. Ay, pwede po paulit medyo ano.
Ang meaning nito sa, 'di ba we compare adherence to safety protocols and the efficacy and accuracy of dispensing the medication. So kino-compare natin siya and the results showed that the Spearman's raw correlation niya is 0.459, meaning if you refer to our reference, that is a moderate. Meaning, the mga pharmacist daw na nag-a-adhere to safety protocols, there is also a moderate correlation or moderate relationship in terms of efficacy and accuracy of dispensing the medications. Meaning, pagka sumusunod talaga to safety protocols yung pharmacist, mas tumataas din yung accuracy of dispensing medications nila in a moderate type of strength.
By chance po ba nag-very weak siya or weak? Ano pong ano nun? Mas parang pangit po yung ano, result, naging ano, walang
Kapag,
if
kapag,
ever if by chance po yung naging interpretation po niya is bumagsak sa weak or very weak, it's not parang negative po siya.
Hindi naman, actually the strength of the relationship naman pagka positive, there is no problem, especially in your variables kasi we assume that 'di ba tayo, if the pharmacist practice adherence to safety protocols, talagang mas magiging efficient siya and effective in dispensing the medication. So yun yung assumption natin. So in this part, since positive siya, ang importante lang naman makita natin is positive yung value. Since positive yung value, we can conclude na pagka mas tumataas lalo yung pagsunod natin sa safety protocols, mas lalo tayong nagiging effective and accurate yung pag-dispense natin ng medications. Kasi there is a chance that this is a negative eh. So in your case, all Spearman's Law measure is positive. So wala naman tayong problem because all your statements in the research instrument are positive. Kasi kung negative ito, the interpretation is that if the pharmacist sumusunod sa safety protocols, mas lalo siyang nagiging hindi effective in terms of dispensing. So in your case, since this is a positive value for Spearman's raw correlation, it means that the higher that the pharmacist adhere to safety protocols, tumataas din yung pagiging efficient and effective niya in terms of accurate dispensing.
Yes, understood po.
Mm. Also, for the second measure, we compare the adherence to safety protocols and upholding professional and ethical standards. So dito, we wanted to check na those that are practicing the safety protocols ba, they also perceive themselves as upholding professional and ethical standards. So in our result, we can see that also moderate positive correlation, but we cannot, sorry, we cannot assume statistical significance because the p-value is more than the 0.05. We can only say that it may affect the measure for upholding professional and ethical standards, but uh, the p-value is greater than the alpha level, which is 0.05. So we cannot conclude statistical significance. For the third measure naman, efficacy and accuracy of dispensing and upholding professional and ethical standards, medyo mataas yung Spearman's law niya, meaning there is a strong positive correlation, meaning those that are effective or have accurate dispensing practice, they also hold a high professional and ethical standards. Mas mataas yung relationship nila. So, meaning nito, it implies that pharmacists who prioritize accurate and effective dispensing are more likely to uphold professional and ethical standards. So, yun yung meaning niya. So, pagka si pharmacist, nag ensure siya ng accurate dispensing practices, he or she also upholds high professional and ethical standards. Mas mataas din yung perceived score niya in terms of that measure. So dito sa baba ng table, nag-add din ako ng interpretation. Um, you can also relate it to your uh, published studies, baka may makita kayo. But generally, the result is good kasi they have a relationship. Those three parts of your paper have relationship with each other and it is positive relationship.
Okay pa, sige po.
And then in this file,
I-include ko din po siya sa ano, eh, maganda rin po bang i-include siya sa parang presentation namin gagawin?
yes, oo. Actually, maganda 'tong result ng ano niyo, test of correlation kasi ang pinapakita dito na yung three parts of your paper, pagka mataas yung score ng respondent dito, kunwari, um, for example, si pharmacist, doon sa adherence to safety protocols, more on strongly agree siya sa mga statement niya doon. More likely, agree to strongly agree din siya doon sa statements on the efficacy and accuracy of dispensing medications. Also the same for efficacy and accuracy of dispensing medications to upholding professional and ethical standards na statements. And then in this file, nag-add pala ako ng raw data, but you can just disregard, ano lang naman 'to, raw data converted to the APA format na which is nandito naman na sa mga per objective na sheet. So, no need
Parang kahit
to
sa ano na lang po siya ilagay sa appendix, yung
puwede niyo din siya ilagay pero kahit hindi na kasi converted naman na 'yan converted na siya to APA format of your results. Parang
Hmm.
additional reference niyo lang siya kung may gusto kayong i-check. Output na siya ng software.
'Di ba po may ano po yung pinaka-hypothesis in the end? Like ano po,
Um, what do you mean? Hypothesis or conclusion?
yung
Yung
conclusion na rin?
yung sa hypothesis nyo kasi siya, magde-depend siya on your statistical ay on your objective. So per objective din yung hypothesis nyo for inferentials. But for conclusion,
So, bale ang aming hypothesis po, 6 din.
yung hypothesis nyo, ay yung hypothesis nyo, yes, tama.
Nasa
Um,
yung nasa chapter 1 po na hypothesis, bale magiging 6.
anim, yes. One
Ano po
for
yun, bale parang no significant difference dapat po yung nandodo'n.
yes, oo. Pagka yung null hypothesis nyo, lagi siyang no significant difference.
Tapos yun po ba yung parang sa result magiging positive yung ano?
Yes. Sa objective number 6 niyo naman, there is no relationship between tapos itong mga measures na ito.
Maganda pong ang like ang sabi namin sa recommendation, yung nga pong mga parang mag-hold like training, seminar,
Training.
or
Yes.
like other mental health interventions
Mm,
to help
yes.
pharmacists.
Mm. Yun yung iha-highlight niyo since yun yung nagpakita ng, high scores yung mga, those respondents that have five or more trainings. So, mataas yung naging mean scores nila. So, you recommend learning and development interventions, trainings or workshops, para sa mga intended respondents niyo.
Then ang conclusion po naming ilalagay is ano, tawag dito, yung diyan pong result ng per table.
Yung conclusion, you can just summarize it. So, overall naman, halos same din naman yung mga naging outcome of your results. So, you can just conclude that regardless of the demographic profile group, all your respondents have strong positive scores in terms of adherence to safety protocols, efficacy and accuracy of dispensing medications, upholding ethical and professional standards. So all of your respondents, regardless of demographic profile groups, they have a high perception in terms of those three areas.
Mm.
Mm. So, hindi nagma-matter kung, galing man siya sa public or private. Hindi din nagma-matter if they have less than 1 year of experience or more than 5 years of experience. The respondents or the pharmacists, they uphold they adhere to safety protocols. They also uphold high ethical and professional standards, and they are practicing effective and accurate dispensing medications.
Okey po. Summary, conclusion. Puwede naman po yung chapter 4 parang ano na lang 'no, like
Summary.
combined.
Yes, summary of your results na
Hindi
siya.
na po siya per table, i-explain yung summary, conclusion,
Yes. Yung chapter 4 niyo, summary, conclusion, and
finding.
summary and conclusion of your findings, yun na ano na siya, you make it into a way na, you highlight all the results na concise na siya and
Mm,
summarize na.
sige po. Hmm. Tas yung raw data kahit hindi na naman po siya 'no, isama?
Puwede na hindi na siya isama kasi, we have already, converted it from the raw data na table, to APA format of your
Baka
table.
po
So
itong ano, test for normality isama ko.
okay. Puwede din siya isama.
Kasi po yung parang, yung format pong ginaya namin merong ano, eh, test for normality sa dulo ng papel.
Hmm, may binigay sa inyo na sample for the
Opo, yung
paper?
yung pong dating ano, nag-defense din.
Hmm.
Ito pong sa kabila, ayan.
Ito kasi yung mga ito, converted na siya into this one. Ayan, ito na
Hmm,
siya. Kasi you don't need to copy paste everything sa results. Pero if you prefer to include it in your appendixes, puwede din naman.
okey po.
Mm.
So ano, with that case po, kaya naman po siyang maano 'no, ma-defend.
Mm. Basta relate it with other, published studies lang to make your results more
Per ano po, per result nung sa table.
mm.
Sige po. Ayusin ayusin na lang po namin yung ano, yung dahil 'di ba po may parang explanation per table.
Mm. Dagdagan niyo na lang or, ah, dagdagan niyo na lang siya na kung gusto niyo pa siya i-expound, eh, dagdagan niyo siya ng mga related studies or literature.
Like after po nung ano, sa interpretation then connect po namin sa isang ano.
Mm.
Sige po. Objective, wait lang. Objective, object yun nga po uling sa objective 1, bachelor's degree lang naman po kasi yun 'di ba? Kaya po
Mm.
nag-iisang table.
Oo, tapos hindi na tayo na magra-run ng test of significant difference kasi one group lang siya. Wala na tayong ano, mako-compare.
Hmm, ta's hindi na rin po natin siya inano dun sa tatlo, yung si
Mm.
adherence.
Yes, kasi it represents the whole population na.
Okey po,
Mm.
gets na po.
Okey, sige.
Miss
Ah,
okey lang
'pag
po ano po? I'm sorry
'pag
po.
may additional questions pa kayo or clarifications, message niyo lang ako.
Sige po.
Mm.
Miss okey lang po mag-take ng picture for documentation.
Ay sige, you mean ano, camera?
Camera on po sana,
Camera
then
on. Sige, wait lang. Lipat lang ako ng background.
I'll check the camera.